Marty Supreme Christmas Day. Marty Supreme Christmas Day. Marty Supreme Christmas Day. It's the day after Christmas, unfortunately. I was going to go see it on Christmas, but I had family game night. So I can't be everywhere at once. I'm sorry. So Marty Supreme Day after Christmas. That doesn't really have a good ring to it. But we are in a long-ass line to park at Regal Cinemas. So why not do my intro video now? So today, if you could not tell, we are watching Marty Supreme with arguably the white boy of the year, Timothée Chalamet. He has been promoting this movie like crazy, saying, I want that. He wants that Oscar. He wants that Oscar. More than I think he did. He's kind of gone away from that little funny personality, and now he's just like, yeah, I'm the GOAT. So let's see if he can back it up. I've heard some good things about this movie from people that have seen it. I don't really know anything. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And I got my Dr. Pepper cream soda, and then the other gas station didn't have them, so I got my iconic, if you know me, I got my Sweet Tart cherry ropes. So without further ado, the last one had a really good rhyme, but I don't have it this. Let's watch this movie. What's up, everybody? Just saw Marty Supreme in theaters, and some first impressions. Timothée Chalamet, man, honestly, if that Oscar comes, my friend, you deserve it. You deserve it. He was so good at having anxiety for about 2.5 hours. I mean, because the movie is really just him, his ability to just, he captivates. I mean, he is the screen pretty much. And I know I'm sounding like I'm glazing a lot right now, but man, he was really good. And he was helped a lot by the other characters. I thought everyone delivered a top-notch performance, and like, there was no slowdown whatsoever. There was none. From the first scene, my jaw was on the floor. I mean, because this is the first time I've ever seen it done. I'm not going to get into it. But just so much stuff happened. And I did not know a lot about this movie going in. But man, I mean, it was just so, it was so much stuff that you would never believe happened. And that was something that I really, really liked about the movie. And it was also something that I was kind of like, oh, okay, like, wow. You know, you hear about, a good example is the writers of South Park talking about and then storytelling. You know, it's just like, you do this, and then you do this. But it's not like, instead of therefore. I feel like in this movie, there's a lot of and then, because you're like, what the fuck are we getting into? Like, it seems like it's completely straight. Fuck. If you thought you saw that, you didn't. I have to stop sign. Fuck. I'm not crying. You are. Fuck. But it like, because it strays away from the whole point, and that's something that I liked about it. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But it's a lot, and but it's really entertaining. It's 2.5 hours long, so let's talk about what I liked and what I didn't. So one thing I really liked about this movie, and hopefully it doesn't go unnoticed, is how it's shot. It's kind of filmed like a 1970s, 1980s like boxing match, if that makes any sense, like, or kind of one of those commercials or weigh-ins. You know, it looks really retro. It is set in the 1950s in New York, so, but I love the way it was shot. It had those quick camera turns, and because the movie is pretty much just arguing. It's just a lot of people arguing about different things, and I'll touch on that in a second, but like the way it was shot, like it felt so intense. Like random people would just come in the scene. Well, not random people, but they would just come in the scene. They'd start yelling, then they flip over here, and this character was, and it was honestly, it made it so much more dramatic. And this movie, it was dramatic. I was like, my heart was like, it was pumping. It was pumping straight up, no cap. It was sorry about it. But it felt way more dramatic than it was, but the reason it was so is because Marty Supreme, the character, you know, Timothée Chalamet, he did such an amazing job, and really all of the actors and actresses did. They were fantastic. They carried the movie. They really did. And the character Marty was really interesting. He is the most full of shit person I have ever, watched. He just goes back on everything, and then he lies and lies, and just everything is just piling on. That man was so down on his luck. I was feeling bad for him, and then he'd do some dipshit thing again, and it was so funny. It was so funny, just the shit that he got into, just because he just kept going on and on and on. And the way he interacts with people who are very important and who he needs stuff from is honestly insane. His confidence, his impulsiveness, his recklessness, just everything. It drove the entire movie, and I really liked all the character performances. And man, towards the end, you see everything leading up to a purpose, and you see that purpose fulfilled, and it is, it's not originally what he wanted, but man, you're really happy for him, even though he was the worst person ever, but you really started to root for him, and I really like that. The kind of pro-con that I have with this movie is it's really about Marty being on the run, emotionally and in real life, because a lot of people want to hurt him. A lot of people do. But he's getting so far in this emotional debt with people. There's the thing, he has to find someone's dog, and he has to get these people money, but he also owes these people money, and then he has to pay this. He's just really in debt. He is really, that's just the whole thing. So a lot of the movie is just him trying to pay off people's debts and trying to scam people, so he lies, he's reckless, he's careless with it, he always just wants more. But the thing I liked about that is, towards the end, he stops running. He talks in the whole movie about I'm driven by this purpose. I have he even says to Rachel in the movie, his little thing, he says I have a purpose, you don't, and stuff. And that's kind of, he just says that, but he's running from that. He's not really even doing that. But then you finally get to the end, he finds that purpose, and then he slows down. He realizes that he doesn't have to do that, which I really like that, coming to the end moment. But at the same time, I'm a big conversationalist guy. I love, dialogue bringing out emotions and motivations and stuff. I don't really feel like there's no, when I say there's no slowdown, it is rising like that. So it's very just punch, literally, probably. And there's just not a lot of time to really there's not even a lot of time to really digest what's going to happen here, because sometimes in the movie I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, and then I was like, okay, and then it was back to ugh. So it's crazy. When I'm not going to spoil a ton, but it was just crazy, stuff that you would have never expected to happen. They did a great job of just promoting this as some ping pong. It was really just a lot more than that. And man, the performances were so good. I mean, Tyler, the creator, even did a fantastic job. He was one of my favorites. I think it was Emilia Clarke, but the dude from Shark Tank was on there. Kevin, I think his name is. He was awesome. He was great. He was just himself in real life. It was really funny. But I mean, just it was, so I didn't like how it was just go. But for what it was trying to be, I think it did a really good job. I was really entertained. It is a little bit of a longer movie. It is 2.5 hours. So, and it kind of feels like it drags on because at sometimes in the movie you're like, oh, wait, where are we supposed to be right now? Because you could flip different events around and really nothing would change, I feel. And so I didn't really, I was like, we were kind of a little bit in, and I was like, man, we're still going? We still got a lot to go. And so a lot of it was pretty similar, I felt. Like, if you asked me to paint a scene where it was in the movie, I honestly, I really couldn't tell you if it was the beginning, in the middle, or the end. Honestly, they all kind of went together. You know, there wasn't really a breakdown. It was just kind of just like things happen. So, but you will be very entertained after watching this movie. That is really all I can say. Is you are going to be really entertained. You're going to be captivated. The soundtrack is amazing. Just the way it was shot was great. You could tell they put a lot of effort into this. And I was pleased. I love Timothée Chalamet. I think he's really good. I think he's very talented. And so for my rating of Marty Supreme, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Very good movie. Very well done. I love ping pong. I'm happy to see it get some representation. Dialogue, not the conversation, just the arguments. I mean, it felt like Curb Your Enthusiasm with music. So I was very happy with it. You know, it's not my like movie of the year, but it's definitely up there. I really enjoyed it, and you will too. Thank you.